How are you guys?
Good.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here. It's a good turnout. A lot of you. It's very nice to see. I appreciate the interest in everybody being here, and also want to thank and I have to do this slowly because it's a lot of letters, the LVCVA, Allegiant Stadium, T-Mobile, and also the Fontainebleau Hotel. If I said that right, I have a terrible French accent, as many of you have seen. Also want to thank our partners Dun and Dusted on this event. That did a phenomenal job. Everybody dig the set? Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. Fanatics event, I want to thank them as well for bringing WWE World to life. I've just heard from a lot of fans over the last couple of days that have been really positive about what World was like and the attractions that were there and their ability to go there and Superstore and everything about it, so it was wonderful. For the first time ever tonight, and I said this in the ring when I first got out there, it literally just dawned on me right when I was about to walk into the ring to say welcome to WrestleMania, that this is the first time for WrestleMania that everybody around the world was watching at the same time. Very, very small percent of the globe now is not covered between Peacock and Netflix. So it's kind of the first, I don't know, it struck me right before I walked in that ring like, wow, like the world is watching right now. And that I don't know, that just seemed impressive to me, that it's a different time, and the ability, as we talked about before with Netflix, for people internationally, that I know so many of them that just, you know, it's so difficult to connect on big events and the times and, you know, live and where is it and all that stuff. Netflix makes it so easy for them. It's the one-stop shopping. The interface looks the same everywhere around the globe, and it's just click and watch, you know, and it's amazing. As far as the show tonight, we set a new record for any single night gate in WWE history. So this was phenomenally successful. Attendance, 61,467. That's a full sellout. We were today opening, you know, whenever we do sets like this, there are always seats that are potentially like not the best view or restricted view or things like that, or that we have killed for production reasons that then become available last second. We were opening up production kills as fast as we possibly could, and they were selling out the second we put them up. So the demand was really, really high. Little spoiler, I would expect that that record for highest gate to last about a little less than 24 hours now. We should crush it tomorrow. We had tickets purchased from all 50 states, 68 countries. Like I said, global event. WWE is truly a global company that is followed worldwide, and I think we are showing it more and more. I think you will see that in the coming year, and I think tonight was proof positive of that as well. Many of you know on our countdown show tonight, we announced the acquisition of Top Lucha promotion in Mexico, AAA. Very exciting time for us. Very exciting opportunity, I think, for us to continue to grow Lucha Libre, which for many of you know that are either fans of that or, you know, grew up there. It's woven into the fabric of the culture. It really is. It resonates with everybody. It's impressive to see, and we want to make sure that that not only exists but continues to thrive and continues to grow. I'm a big fan of lucha as a style. I think that having all styles is incredibly valuable. Obviously, we have a particular one that we like to do with WWE, but that does not mean that we're looking to massively revamp anything. I'm looking to keep traditional Lucha Libre as traditional Lucha Libre within that world and just help it to grow. and help the athletes that grew up fans of it in those markets to realize their dream, just like we're helping to do in the U.S., whether it's finding athletes from college or our NIL programs or anything, turn people onto it, whether they grew up in it or not, let them fall in love with it and let them become great at it. And that is our goal. That will be our goal globally, is to have the best of the best from around the world. And we will continue to do that. So very, very excited about that. It was very, very exciting day for, I believe, all our Hispanic talent, and to have Vikingo here, and Dorian and his mom, and just everybody. So it was a very emotional afternoon with them. And as like we mentioned before, I mentioned before at that event, 30 years ago, right about now, I was sitting in my apartment with Brian Pillman and Regal and a few other people watching that first AAA Worlds Collide event. I thought it was spectacular. That's been on my mind since then, and we will be doing a Worlds Collide event with AAA from the LA Forum on June 7th. And I think that will be a spectacular event that will, I think, should show the level of commitment and what we're looking to do with AAA. On some other just little business things and exciting news, Cody Rhodes starting a new podcast for WWE, and also somebody that I'm a very big fan of, as you all heard last night, is Stephanie McMahon. Launching with our podcasts and shows with our partners, Fanatics. If you haven't seen them, Steph's Places show, I think is phenomenal. And Steph's first podcast is out with Dana White, and I'm not sure if the other one is out yet or if it's about to come out with Michael Rubin from Fanatics. So incredibly good, I believe. And Steph is incredibly good with getting things out of people. She is very emotionally in tune with people and has a way of asking them questions. So I think that show will be phenomenal. And I think Cody's will be a lot of fun as well. As far as Hall of Fame goes, incredible evening for me, I believe, for the legends. Anytime we can have Steve around is a phenomenal day. Anytime that we can have Brett around, it's a phenomenal day. Our talent, those are heroes to them and people that they look up to, and anytime they can pick their brains and get a little bit of advice from them, it's incredible to have them around. And I was really, really happy for Michelle McCool to get her flowers for sort of changing the perception of women as athletes in the WWE and being a big part of that. Lex Luger, well deserved into the Hall of Fame. I said it to Lex last night when I saw him, and realized it's probably one of the worst things you can tell another wrestler. Is like, I watched you when I was a kid and I thought you were great. I realized it after I said it, and but to see his turnaround in life, to see what Diamond Dallas Page has done for so many people, and to have Lex be a part of that, to be able to stand up out of his wheelchair, and I don't know how long he spoke, 10 minutes or so, but to be able to stand there for that length of time was just inspirational to see. The natural disasters, well deserved as well. We had spoken to the family about putting them in all the way last year at the Hall of Fame, so having them have that opportunity and that honor meant a lot. To see Dory Funk and see his dad achieve that honor, and even for Dory, what that meant for him was an incredible moment for me to see. And then, of course, Kamala, who, for me as a kid growing up was just incredible. What an incredible character. And, I think often about the Hall of Fame that as much as it's cool for you, it's cool for the people that sort of paid the price for what you did. Your family, your children, to see, even if somebody is no longer here, for them to see their father or whatever receive that honor, to know that sacrifice that you made, that you dealt with, all those things, that award is just as much for you. So sometimes I think people will say, like, it's after the fact or whatever, you know, or once they're passed. I don't know, to me it's just to see how much that meant to his wife was very touching to me. And then, you know, same for Ivan Koloff and his family. So well deserved as the, you know, such an important cog in a wheel of and Bill, you were there, I believe, right?
I shot the photo that you used.
Yeah, well, you don't have to brag about it. Give Bill, don't give him the microphone. He'll take over the whole show. No, it's just, you know, as a breaking that title reign of Bruno San Martino in Madison Square Garden, which was like the WrestleMania of the time, and the pin drop silent, right, of that moment happening. Now he doesn't want to say anything. The silence of that moment, he's just, you know, he was such an important figure, and I'm just really, really happy that, even though he wasn't here to see it, but his family was, and what that means to them. So I was really happy for that. And then, of course, you know, for me, I don't know that I can say any more than I did last night for a long period of time, way late into the evening. It was really, I didn't have that much to say. I was just really trying to see how much our talent could put up with. It's like an endurance test. But no, it was quite an emotional moment, and something I'll never forget. And I know that for me, you know, it was a surprise doing it, but as we were designing these rings and changing what we do, there were a lot of thought and care was put into them so that they could be as meaningful and impressive for them to show people or to brag about having or have those moments as their careers meant to us and to everybody else. So it was a really emotional night. The Hall of Fame is always one of my favorite nights. Just I'm a big history buff for the industry. I love all that stuff, and I don't know, it's just a wonderful emotional night. So thoughts on tonight, I thought we had a spectacular show. I thought the pacing of it was well. Crowd was great. The stage design I thought was incredible. I loved having fans up there and in the design and in the space. At the end of the day, it's really what we're all about is that engagement with fans. So having them as a part of it, I don't know, just felt right to me. You know, the War Raiders, New Day, new tag team champs, New Day just solidifying themselves as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Rey Fenix, unfortunately, with the injury to Rey Mysterio last second, you ask somebody to step in that's just got here, not fully prepared, not fully anything. I thought it was amazing. I thought Rey Fenix did a phenomenal job of putting him on the map, and you have not, you know, in a moment that was incredibly difficult for him. He showed why he is here and how big of a star he is going to be in the future. And El Grande Americano, whoever he is incredible. What a physique and what a job he did. Incredibly hard head, apparently. So I thought it was great. Jade and Naomi, just I love seeing people in this when they get into a situation and then sort of figuring that out on the fly. New character for Naomi, new position, new everything, and she's very excited about it, and we're very excited about it, and seeing her just be lit up over that role and thrive in it, and Jade coming back and from you know, a legit time away, and be able to come back and be at WrestleMania and do what they did tonight. I was very happy for both of them, and I thought they did a phenomenal job. LA Knight, Jacob Fatu was spectacular for me. LA Knight just so popular, and Jacob Fatu is right there with him. And Jacob is just a monster, man. He's a destroyer, and that is going to go a long way. Gunther Jay was everything it needed to be. Funny that I judge a lot of how people perform sometimes differently in wins and losses. The pros, to me, the ones that are the best, perform the best sometimes in a loss. And in that loss, sometimes you come out in a better place. Gunther, to me, tonight showed why he is absolutely, undoubtedly one of the best in the world. And Jey Uso, just, when you have 61,467 people going crazy like that, and doing the entrance and the heat and all that, it's just an impressive thing. Really happy for him. Jay's transformation over the last couple of years through the Bloodline story and coming out of it and doing his own thing, and showed tonight why the name main event Jey Uso is a fitting name for him. Tiffany Charlotte was a fight, hell of a fight. I hope they're both okay. You know, adrenaline's a magical thing, so in the moment, I think they're both good, but it was a hell of a war. And, you know, for Tiffany Stratton in the short period of time to be in the business, to stand in the ring with one of the absolute best in the business, and I don't mean absolute best in the women's division, I mean one of the absolute best in the business in Charlotte Flair, and hang with her on that big stage when, you know, it's hard to put into words as nervous as you are, and I'm sure Charlotte was, and I'm sure she was wound up and the nerves are there. She's been doing this for a while and been in that role for a lot of time. Tiffany has not. I'm sure WrestleMania had her on edge, and for her to deliver in that manner, in that moment, says a lot about who she is and why she's going to be on top for a long, long time. And then, Jesus, Roman, Seth, and Punk, I don't even know where to start. Like, if you are CM Punk and you've waited your whole life to be in the main event of WrestleMania, and that's been your goal, and tonight was the night, that made that wait all worthwhile. That was through and through a WrestleMania main event with three of the best in the world trying to show themselves and 60+ thousand people that not only are they one of the best, they are the absolute best. Each one of them trying to show that. Each one of them trying to not only outdo but outsell the other one. That's the magic of our business. And they had it, man, all night long. They had everybody from start to finish. So incredible performance by everybody, and can't wait for tomorrow. So I'll open it up.